going on, people? We're back with another Hunters Arena Legends video where we'll be showcasing the characters within the game. In this episode, another character from the melee category in Mumyung. Let's get into it.
Alright, we are on to our next hunter, the stealth assassin Mumyung. Starting off with Mumyung's basic attacks, he has a 5-button press, 8 hitting combo string. Alright, and on hit, and again ends with knockdown. And for his martial arts combo, leaves the opponent standing in a dazed state. His first attack is his Shadow Blade, which essentially just strikes the ground and pops the enemy up into the air. Obviously an excellent move to extend combos as you leave the opponent airborne. Alright, on to our next special move. We have the Shadow Slash. Now the Shadow Slash has triple functionality. Correction, not so much a triple functionality, but more so the ability to be stacked up to 3 times, doing increased damage per stack. But with our Shadow Slash, Mumyung will charge up a ball of electrical energy that will knock the opponent down, doing roughly 200 hit points of damage, which is good damage. But the multiple functionality of the Shadow Slash is that anytime Mumyung performs and lands a special move or lands the final hit of his basic attack, he will build a stack of shadow clone energy, if you will. So just to perform basic attack, as you can see above the icon, we have 1 stack of energy, in which case now Mumyung performs the attack and he now has a shadow clone that appears as well. So whereas unstacked, he's hitting for about 200 damage. With 1 stack, he now hits for about 240, 44, 45 damage. Let's go ahead and build up second stack. The double stack now hits roughly 300 damage, so we're about 100 more damage. The damage is doubled from the unstacked ability. And for the fully charged level 3, probably could have just comboed there. Of course, we got our 3 shadow clones, and now we're hitting for 400 damage, 200 more damage than the basic attack. So, on to Mumyung's third ability, we have the Mark of Shadow, in which case Mumyung will take his hidden mask and launch it in any direction that he is pointing his crosshairs. Now, with the mask floating or launched wherever you launched it, Mumyung can press the attack button again, or the special ability button again, and he will automatically teleport to wherever his mask is. So obviously this gives Mumyung a little bit more diversity and some in creating a little bit of a mix-up. If he can shoot the shadow clone somewhere else to help cover grounds, teleport to different areas. If he needs to get up high on a ledge or a cliff or something, that can be a good way to get himself out of a bad situation. Or simply, of course, if he just wants to get above the opponent and do an overhead attack which pops up and knocks the opponent down, obviously that would be Mumyung's best way of doing it. Now, of course, you can actually throw the mask at the opponent and the mask will get stuck to the opponent, and as you can see, there's an icon that appears above the opponent's head to let you know that Mumyung's mask has been attached to him, and that icon lasts for about 10 seconds before it fades away, in which case after it fades away, the 16-second cooldown will start for Mumyung before he can use that ability again. One thing that I noticed is that once Mumyung performs that ability and attaches it to an opponent, even though the mask is gone, if you perform the attack again, the ability again, Mumyung will actually go into his knockdown attack that he would do if you had teleported to the actual opponent. So the mask, of course, is attached to him. Perform it again, automatically teleports to the opponent and hits them with a knockdown move. But if you wait the 10 seconds and the ability runs out, or simply if you just run out of range, the ability will wear off as well. But instead of you reutilizing or summoning a new mask, Mumyung just performs this attack before he can summon a new mask. If you actually have the cooldown turned on, you can actually see the timer for which the mask will last. And even if you run out of it, now you see your 16-second cooldown before you can use it again. And right now I'm trying to use the mask or just trying to use the ability, and nothing is actually happening. So you don't get the obviously you don't get a teleport, but you don't get the teleport, the knockdown move that the teleport would do in the actual gameplay. Alright, and on to Mumyung's final ability. He has his shadow clone, in which case he summons a shadow clone that will attack the opponent for a little bit before it disappears. And the attack string that the shadow clone performs is always the same. It's always one basic attack into his shadow slam ability into the full basic attack combo. And of course, I mean, I'm still able to move, but not only am I able to move, I can also join in on the fray. And of course, this is where Mumyung really shines, when he gets his clone in, and you can get some double team going on, which is excellent in this battle royale style gameplay. Now, the additional functionality of the shadow clone is that if you press the button again, he will teleport to the shadow clone and again perform that knockdown move. So yeah, the shadow clone obviously is his final special ability, and just like with every character, it's pretty much their best ability, the most amount of utility, the coolest move. That man just did the people's elbow out here. Alright, on to his super move. I don't even think they even hit, but there it goes, man. These super moves, they can use some work. And then finally, Mumyung's passive ability, which I shouldn't say passive because you actually have to do something to get it to trigger. But you have his vanish, which if you hold down the basic attack, Mumyung will put the mask on, which will grant him invisibility for a few seconds. I mean, I think it's about 5 seconds. And you will have that invisibility for that amount of time, or unless you attack and the ability will go away. Or of course, if you sprint, then the ability also goes away. Because of course, when you sprint, you leave a little trail behind you, which gives away your position anyway. So there you have it. That was Mumyung. Mumyung's character highlight. Another melee special.